Now let's talk about some parameters that are more related to what appears in your artificially generated art by Midjourney, so you can have better control on the elements and guide even a little bit the artificial intelligence chatbot that generates the images. So what's displayed in your image in Midjourney can be controlled in various ways. So the first feature that I will show you today is the stop parameter that lets you stop the AI engine before your image is completely generated. That way you can achieve images with more blur and less detail if you would like to. So let's write imagine, and then I'll paste this prompt. So we want to have a cozy, comfortable image of a cute animal wearing a warm blue sweater surrounded by natural light and sample backgrounds. So here in this prompt, I can easily control the blur by adding the stop parameter. So I can do dash dash, and I will get closer so you can see. So dash dash stop, and here I can define when do I want the engine to stop processing my picture in percentages. So I write 50%, which means that once we reach 50% completion, the image generation will be stopped. So let's hit enter, and here it is, guys. Our image started to generate, and at this time we're at 50%, and you can see that our image stopped the generation while it is not ready yet. So obviously you can see that the image is way more blurry. So this was successful. Now let's compare with an image that is completely generated exactly from the same prompt. So I write the same thing, but I will set the stop parameter now to 100%, which is actually the default parameter. And as you can see, now this image is completely generated. So you can obviously see that the face of the animal and the sweater are way less blurry, and we don't see this red and blue towers surrounding the elements. You can also try setting the no parameter to 10%, and you will see some image that is so blurry that it's almost unrecognizable. So the other rather more interesting parameter to play with is the multi-prompt parameters. And here, with that parameter, you can actually emphasize how strong you want a particular element or object to look on your image. You can do that by typing 2 semicolons. So I'll click here imagine, and after that, let's write hot dog. So obviously here we'll get a picture of a hot dog. And because of the fact that these two words combined together mean a sandwich, obviously if I hit enter here, our AI engine will focus on the sandwich. Of course, in some of the variations, we also have got a dog as well, but you can clearly see that in most of the images, actually in every one of those, we're getting a hot dog, the sandwich. So how we can change that? Well, so we can, as I said, specify the strength, and also we can separate the words hot dog. You can do that by simply using the double column sign. So if I do hot and then column space dog, this would separate the two terms. So let's hit enter, and we can verify how the result will change. And here's our result. Because of the fact that we separated the words, the AI recognizes that we don't mean to ask for a sandwich, but instead we just want to see a hot dog. And this is exactly what it displays: a dog in flames or surrounded by a red light. Now you can even extend this effect by specifying how much you want to emphasize on a specific word. So let's try the same example. Let's do imagine, and here I will do hot, and I want here a factor of 3, and then dog, which means that the keyword hot will be 3 times more powerful than the keyword dog. Let's hit enter and see how this image will deviate from the previous one. So you can see that because of the fact we emphasized way more on the keyword hot rather than the word dog, even one of the images doesn't display a dog, but just a lady that is in an area that is, I guess, very hot. So this is how you can emphasize and add specific strength on particular words. This is also a very good way to specify what colors you want to see more and what color you want to see less. And for this, let's take the following example. So let's do imagine, and I will do vibrant tulip fields, okay, that are normally red, but here I'll specify that the red color should be minus 0.5, which means that I want to put 50% less emphasis on the red color. So the image that we should get should have less red colors comparing to what we should usually get. So let's hit that. And as you can see here, we don't really emphasize on the red color tulips. To make a good comparison, I will execute exactly the same prompt, but this time I will add more value to the red color. So instead of minus 0.5, I will write 2. So now the red color will be twice as important comparing to before, and actually 4 times more important comparing to this image, because here we reduce the color with 0.5. And so as you can see, this image really emphasizes on the red color, so all the tulips are completely red. And as you can see, this is a very good way to control what specific colors you want to be displayed in your artificially generated art.